If you think you need experience, a degree, or some super niche skill to land a virtual assistant job from home, that's probably why you're stuck. After working with over 7,000 individuals through my virtual assistants training programs, I've noticed that people tend to overcomplicate what it really takes to start a virtual assistant business and start working for yourself at home. Because the reality is, most virtual assistants don't start with specialized skills. In this video, I'm going to take you through 20 skills that you likely have or could learn quickly that you could start using as a virtual assistant. We'll cover administrative skills, creative skills, and niche skills. By the end of this video, you're not just gonna have ideas, but I will actually show you how to use these skills to start your own at-home virtual assistant business, even if you're a total beginner. All right, are you ready? Let's dive in. I wanna start out by emphasizing that most of the virtual assistants that I train become successful without any prior experience. I think about Lisa. Lisa had been homeschooling her daughter, and she came to me needing to earn some more income now that her daughter was a little older and could work more independently. She needed flexibility and she needed something she could do right away. So she started out with skills she already had, things like data entry, answering customer service emails, invoicing, and social media scheduling. Within a few months, she had booked 3 clients and now had the flexibility and income to work for herself while she homeschooled her daughter. She said, after working with Abbey, I could finally see the big picture. Finding clients wasn't as intimidating and I was actually excited about it. Now I'm confident in the services I offer and I have amazing clients. I truly feel like the sky's the limit. Now, I mentioned some of the services that Lisa started with, but in this video, I'm gonna break down 20 services, skills, jobs that you could do as a virtual assistant. And again, we're gonna cover them in 3 different categories: admin skills, creative skills, and niche skills. Let's start off with the admin skills. The first job that clients are needing taken off their plate so much is email management. Now, email management means coming into your client's inbox and organizing it. This could be filtering out spam emails, unsubscribing them from certain emails, setting up filters so their emails go into certain folders so they know which ones are priority for them to read. This is one of those low barrier to entry skills. Think about this, your clients are already answering their own emails. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel here. You can literally just take over the processes they're already doing and then over time improve them as well. The second VA job that's ready for you as a complete beginner is calendar management. Now, the calendar management may happen inside of the inbox. It could happen with a phone call, but at the end of the day, you will be looking at your client's calendar and seeing the opportunities they have to meet with clients, potentially talking back and forth with people who want to meet with them, and as a general, just keeping tabs on their calendar so that they're optimizing their time. Now, there are tools you can use to do this. 2 of my favorites are Calendly and Acuity. And Google even has a calendar scheduler now that's totally free that I've been tinkering around with. That's pretty cool as well. The third skill is data entry. And if you can type on a computer, this one can be for you. Data entry really covers a lot of different areas. It might be that your client has a certain CRM that they're using that you need to manually put in data. And with the Virtual Savvy, we have different spreadsheets. We're keeping track of our social media presence. We're keeping track of different KPIs, key performance indicators, and we have to manually put that information into spreadsheets, and that's where a VA comes in. The fourth virtual assistant job is travel research and booking. I think that this one is awesome. You likely are already doing something like this for your family if you're going on a family vacation, right? Looking up flights, finding the best deals, planning out a schedule, looking up restaurants for the places that you're going. I mean, all of these things small business owners need done too, and this could be something that you're taking off of their plate. The next is market research, and this again is kind of broad and it's dependent on what the small business owner needs. But let's take, again, myself as an example, as a small business owner and one who has a YouTube channel. Every single quarter, we do a massive research project. We ask our current students what type of topics they want to see. We look at the keywords that are trending on YouTube. We're researching what types of videos and thumbnails and titles could do well. And yes, oftentimes I will outsource that research to a VA. Now, again, that's just one type of research. You could be doing product research, competitor research. There's lots of different research products. So just offering general research or market research as a skill in your virtual assistant portfolio is awesome. Skill number 6 is survey setup and basic analysis. We survey our audience often, again, to see what they want to see more of, right? And so being able to set up surveys, you could use Google Forms, you could use a program like Typeform. You go ahead and you set up the form, send it out to whoever it needs to be sent out to, and then you can do kind of a data analysis project. Tools like Typeform are really cool because it will do some of that data analysis for you, but even Google Forms, you could go ahead and you could make a presentation based off of the data that was taken off of the results, right? And so this is another VA job that is so low barrier to entry. It kind of fits into that admin box, but is such a high value for the small business owner. Number 7 is community management. There are communities popping up all over the place. I know that we have a massive community over on Facebook. By the way, that's the VA Savvies community. I will link to it below this video. We have over 140,000 virtual assistants, free jobs being posted all the time in that community. And because it's such a large and growing community, we have to have community managers. So yes, I have people that go into the group and they'll accept people into the group or deny people into the group because sometimes spammers try to get into groups. It's just a part of having a group. They'll go in and comment or post engagement questions. There's a lot of things that need to happen in order for a group to run successfully, and that all falls under a community manager role. Now, you're not just gonna find groups on Facebook. There are LinkedIn groups. There are new kinds of communities like School or Kajabi, all have communities. Circle, that's another one. There's so many different types of platforms, but the basic premise is the same. You're gonna be letting people into the group, fostering engagement, and this is a really, really high level but low barrier to entry skill or VA job that you can offer even as a beginner. Then the last admin skill is file organization. I love listing this one out because honestly, most CEOs need this so desperately. How many of you guys have a crazy Google Drive, or maybe you have a spouse that has a crazy Google Drive, and oh my gosh, it just needs organized? What an awesome skill and a service that you can offer to come in and help create calm out of chaos. All right, these are the 8 admin skills, and we started with these, and I want to know below which one of these stands out, or maybe with a little bit of training, do you feel like I could do all of them? Let me know in the comments. Now, the second category of VA jobs we're gonna look at are the creative jobs. If you are a little bit more on the creative side, maybe you're a little bit less of a right brain, a little bit more of a left brain person, I know that's me over here, then these jobs may be appealing to you. The first one is blog writing. I actually started out as a virtual assistant, had a client ask me to write a blog for them, and realized, whoa, I absolutely love writing. And now with AI, ChatGPT, Claude, there are so many tools that can help you write amazing blogs for your clients. All right, we've made it to number 10. Number 10 is creating Canva graphics. How many Canva junkies do we have out there? I absolutely love Canva, and it makes it so easy to create beautiful images, PDFs, graphics, even if you're not a graphic designer. Skill number 11 is newsletter creation. We send out a weekly email here at the Virtual Savvy, and yes, I have somebody that helps me put that email together every single week. This is putting together the content. Sometimes there are images that need to be made, making sure all the links are correct, that it gets sent to the right audience, and then making sure that it gets sent to the right subscribers at the right time. This is putting together a weekly newsletter. It takes probably about 2 hours for our newsletter to come together every single week, and that is something that I'm able to easily put off of my plate and have somebody else help with. Number 12 is social media content creation. This could be creating actual posts, the graphics in Canva. It could be creating carousels. It could be taking a client's raw video and making reels, doing some simple editing in order to have things for them to post on their socials. Which leads us into skill number 13, which is social media scheduling. Once those posts are created, then you can go on and actually schedule them out. We use Meta for this. It is free, and you can literally go in and you can cross-post to Facebook and Instagram at the same time. And what's cool about this is that even if you aren't the creative, let's say you're not the person that wants to put together the graphics, you could still offer social media scheduling. Your clients create the images, the graphics, or the videos, and then you simply schedule them out for them. Okay, so the first 13 jobs that I have listed are the administrative, the creative categories. We're gonna jump into niche skills. Now, some of you guys are gonna have these skills right away. You're gonna say, oh yes, I can do these. Some of these maybe may take a little bit more advanced training in order for you to feel comfortable with them, but I like mentioning them because, like I said, you may have a hidden talent that's already there. It's a niche, it's a more high-end skill that I would want you to go ahead and list in your services because clients need them. So let's go over some of the niche jobs. The first one being proofreading or editing. This is really great for detail-oriented people writing ebooks, writing physical books, writing blogs need those things actually proofread. Even with tools out there, I know we use something like Grammarly to look over. It's a tool that we actually install, so we're making sure our blogs or our emails are correct, but let's be real, sometimes it gets it wrong, and it still takes a person to actually go through and make sure that Grammarly is installed and look through the actual email. So even if you're using a tool to do some of the editing, it is still definitely a skill that you can add to your repertoire. Number 15 is video editing. This is something, again, that we outsource here at the Virtual Savvy. I create the videos and then we send these on to a team to get them edited. It's a high-end skill. I know it's something that I actually did in college a little bit. I, played around with editing, and if I was starting a new VA business today, I would definitely add it to my list of more high-end niche services. Number 16 is podcast editing, and podcast management in general is such an amazing opportunity for virtual assistants. You already know who your ideal clients are. You can literally go into Apple, iTunes, and look at podcasts. Who has a podcast? That person could be your ideal client. So yes, you could be just editing the podcast, but you could also be doing show notes. You could also be posting those show notes on a blog. You could be creating social media images for that podcast. I mean, there's a lot that could fall under podcast management in general, but even if you are just editing the content, still a really, really high-end niche service that you could offer. Number 17 is PR and outreach. Now, we love using a tool called Help a Reporter Out, and it actually shows opportunities that some big blogs or big news stations are looking for people every single day, and you can go and pitch yourself for these. But PR and outreach can look like a lot of different things. It may be trying to get you featured on Forbes or writing a guest post for a really big blog. So if you have a background in that, or you could quickly learn how to pitch your client even to podcasts, right? Podcast pitching is another form of PR and outreach. This is a really, really valuable skill, and it just takes that off of the client's plate. Number 18 is web design and maintenance. And again, this is a more niched high-end skill, but I mention it because some of you out there actually have this skill and you're not realizing that people will pay you for it. So whether it's setting up a website for the first time, or I know that we have somebody on our team that goes in every single month and make sure that our plugins are still up to date, make sure that everything on the website is working, does speed tests, all of that is really, really important for a small business owner that has a big online presence. Number 19 is bookkeeping. Where are my bookkeepers at? Let me know in the comments. I want to know who you are, because this skill people don't realize can be offered inside of a virtual assistant business. It can be a standalone package, even outside of maybe your hourly rates, that you could offer to clients. Simple business bookkeeping is valuable. Every single business owner needs it. And then the last one I want to mention is more of a bucket, okay? Let's say that you have prior experience with real estate agents, or you've worked with authors before. You can go ahead and from day one niche yourself as a real estate VA or as an Airbnb VA or whatever you have past experience in. Now, I do want to caution you, don't go down this path unless if you really do have a lot of connections to that industry. I see people niche down too quickly, too soon sometimes, and it limits their pool of clients. But if you know people in that industry, then it is actually awesome for you to go ahead and niche down so that you are viewed as a specialist, as I know what the real estate industry needs, or I know what health and fitness coaches need, right? You can go ahead and niche down from day one. Whew, okay, we covered a lot today. 20 virtual assistant jobs that you can do even as a beginner. Now, not all of them are gonna apply, right? You might be, especially some of those niched ones, you might think, I don't have that skill. That's okay. That's what I really want to emphasize here, is that you do not need to know how to do all 20 of these things. I've built a massive business and I don't know how to do all 20 of the skills that I just listed, okay? But if you're sitting here thinking, okay, Abby, this all sounds awesome. I actually have identified a few skills I think I could offer, but what's next? Well, what's next is that you need to price your services. You need to put them into hourly packages, and you need to start marketing so you can get that first client. I cover all of that in my free training, Become a Booked Out Virtual Assistant, and you can have access to it by commenting below BB BO. That stands for Become Booked Out. Or you can scan this QR code if you are watching from a laptop, scan it with your phone, and it'll take you directly to the training. That is my free gift to you. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one.